PR Connections Radio presents. This episode of the PR Connections podcast is brought to you by Classy Communications PR and Advertising. Classy Communications provides public relations and marketing solutions for businesses, professionals, and non-profit organizations. It can deliver the true meaning of your business with press releases, social media marketing, web development, email marketing, book publishing, and much more. Wherever your potential clients are, they can help you connect with them. Visit classycommunications.net to learn more about their suite of services that can help your business stand out from the rest. Classy Communications is your solution for business success.
Hello there, and welcome to the Sunday Morning Chat Series with Jesse Oakley III, and I am your host, Jesse Oakley III. The purpose of the Sunday Morning Chat Series is for yours truly to interview a plethora of positive people that are making big difference in their communities, whether they're speakers, writers, entertainers, athletes, anyone that's doing good for the community. You'll hear from them first right here on the Sunday Morning Chat Series. And today, we have ourselves a wonderful episode for you. Now, many of you people know I belong to an organization called Toastmasters International, and I serve in a plethora of roles within Toastmasters, whether it be in the club, area, division, district, region, or even an international role. And it always gives me great joy to meet up with fellow Toastmasters from all over the world. And today, you're in for a new treat. We have ourselves a wonderful, fantastic Toastmaster that has come through from, I believe it's Australia. And we have a wonderful gentleman here by the name of Wikum Hettiarachchi. And please help me welcome with Wikum to the Sunday Morning Chat Series. Hey, Wikum, how's it going?
Thank you very much for having me. It's a pleasure to talk to Jesse, and always wonderful discussions we had over the years. And today is one of the best going to have. Thank you very much for having me.
All right. And Wikum, are you ready to go?
Yes.
All right. Now, without further delay, let's chat. Now, each of us have our own journeys and beginnings within Toastmasters. I've had my journey 30 years ago through Speechcraft, and I've also had my journey 23 years ago when I first joined my Toastmasters Club of Star Masters Toastmasters. What were your beginnings like when you first joined this organization?
Oh, it's a long story. When I was doing my first job, my boss took me to a meeting, and he did not tell me this is a Toastmaster meeting. He just took me, said like, we have a meeting today, let's go. And then after a few minutes, he left, and I was lost. And I realized that this is like a speaking organization in a few minutes. And everybody was very prepared and eloquent speakers. And I was young and I was not really comfortable at that time. So I knew about this organization, but I didn't join that time. So after that, wherever I go, I try to connect with Toastmasters as a guest. Past 10 years, 2014, one of my office mates said he is the incoming club president of his club, and he wants someone to come and help him on his task for one day, that there's a essays, like a sergeant and a half is missing. So I volunteered for him because he's one of my good friends. He's American. He was living in China, and he was one of his colleagues. And I went and I helped him for that meeting. And from then, I didn't turn back. So, and that's the start. Right away, I decided to join the club. I listened to one of the best speakers in my life that day. And so that's the start.
All right. Now, each of us have our own, what we're doing within Toastmasters, and it's like what Helen Blanchard, the first lady of Toastmasters, says, is what you can get out of Toastmasters. If you can get out of Toastmasters, you'll never get out of Toastmasters. Now, we all have many types of things that we're doing within the organization. What type of amazing things that you are doing within Toastmasters?
My Toastmasters journey started in China, and I stayed there for until 2022. And I still have a strong relationship with China Toastmasters, especially Shanghai District 85 Toastmasters members. And I'm now located in Australia, in Sydney. So I belongs to two districts at this moment. One is District 85, Shanghai, China. The other one is District 70, Sydney, Australia. In Sydney, Australia, I'm division director of a central division, which is CBD located in all the corporate clubs, corporate banks are located there. Basically, I'm the division director of that district. And at the same time, I work as a VPM town hall chair for the District 70 as well. That means like VPMs get together and we discuss and we inspire each other what we can do in a little 1 hour every month. At the same time, I'm these days helping to putting up the next year's conference. So that's a District 70. What is my contribution? District 85 still I'm connected, and I'm a lot of friends are in District 85 roles, and I organize over the years something called 85 minutes with District 85. So we invited around the world great speakers and leaders and share the Toastmasters journey in a different way. So this program is also once a month program. We try to inspire most of the leaders in the district as well as bring something out of the district to in and get inspired and thoughts about leadership. And also we have something called new idea we started during the COVID and which was very successful, the contest camp. So I put up all the past contestants who are not competing this time, and group of us giving anyone feedback to compete. So around the world, anyone can join with us, and they can show their speech. They can rehearse with us their speech, and we give feedback. So in 2024, we had one contestant competing in final who came from this game.
Ooh.
Yeah. And the last year we had a semi-finalist, and always we had always around 120 to 150 members joining us around the world. They just join and they give us a speech. We have a panel of speakers, panel of past contestants. We give feedback. So that's one of the very interesting thing we do at this moment. So these are the things I do. And what I try to do, I try to get involved with every layer, every member in the organization, vertically and horizontally. That's my fun.
I tell you, all those things that you're doing is truly remarkable. And I got to say that when I think of people, Toastmasters on the go, Toastmasters on the do, and serving best for the community, Vikram, you are right there at the top of the list, my friend. And this is going to show you why. And not only reaching out to different Toastmasters in Australia and China, but just truly all over the world. And you are a shining example of a great what Toastmasters can do and how you can actually serve the organization, the community. So I give you kudos, my friend.
Thank you. Thank you.
All right. Now, we talked about our organization, and many of us have gone through challenges that we're able to overcome within Toastmasters. And when it comes to myself and leadership skills and anything within Toastmasters, I've had plenty of challenges I were able to overcome. Now, what has been your main challenges with when you're able to overcome with your journey into Toastmasters?
Toastmasters are a really good kind of a gym or laboratory for us to test things and work well. And this it, sometimes challenges are really interesting. As example, in 2018, when I was doing Toastmasters, I was doing deep and very much involved in Toastmasters. There was a new program called Pathways,
Yes.
and there was a rejection, and people wanted to don't want to change. So that's what happened. So, and some of the members who completed almost all the CC and communication and leadership manuals, they were like, "Oh, you don't want to go there." So at that time, I thought, like, what? So we came here to speak. The whatever the speech manual project, it doesn't matter. Let's start speaking. So I joined as a path-based ambassador and path-based guide, and because I want to learn this challenge before than everybody else. So that was I took, and it was challenging. I visited more than 20 clubs as a pathway guide and a pathway ambassador to motivate them to join pathways, and that was a fascinating experience. In 2020, COVID. So we were about to go up with the after pathways, and then COVID hit. And then in China, it was a very difficult, challenging time. And I remember they were the first online meeting in the world organized even the same place as the COVID did start. It's called Wuhan.
Mm.
And so at that time, we were also involving in that. And all clubs were struggling at that time. So that was the one big challenges. But then we came up with that very successful stories, and we started the building of beyond the city Toastmasters Club. That's a very interesting thing. I got up, and sometimes we were in 24-hour meetings and connecting everybody around the world, and US to Australia to Middle East, and that's one of the very important things. And I think our growth. So at that time, one of the tool we use is a Zoom, and we got in challenged to zoom inside and beyond the cities as well. So that means we were zooming out, zooming in, zooming away, all around the world. And that was a very interesting time for Toastmasters. That challenge also became a positive. And what I say is sometimes your challenges are becoming your stories to tell in the future. So that's what happened. So they at that time there was a clubs struggling. We put together and we repurpose or refocus those clubs. And I had a chance to share that in Philadelphia last month. And these are the challenges I faced. And most of the interesting thing is most challenges things I heard is really interesting. And those challenges we came with a very good stories to tell. That's why I started to love challenges in Toastmasters.
Truly fantastic, and especially with the 2020 situation, that it goes to show you that we all have challenges, and the key thing is, what do you plan on doing with it? And if you're able to overcome it, you become stronger than before you actually met the challenge. So truly remarkable stories and truly amazing feats that the challenges you and fellow Toastmasters were able to overcome. Now, another question I do have for you is we have our best moments. And I tell you this, Wikum, the best moments I've had was not becoming an international director or a district director. The best accomplishment I had was marry my own wife, Dana Wall Oakley, a fellow Toastmaster. So that is truly an amazing accomplishment I do have. Now, when it comes to Toastmasters and your accomplishments in your journey, what has been your best moments that you've experienced within Toastmasters?
Yeah, there was a couple of best moments in my life, all related to people. So Toastmasters is an organization which is focused on leadership and communication, which ultimate goal is a personal development. So that's the goal. And in our club, when I was in our club in China, and there was one young man who did his English speaking skills was not up to very hard way he learned, and he went to hard course of learning English, and he went struggle, and he was our club SAA. He promised me to come I was club president, and he was promised me to come in every day. I will be there at 9:30. We started 10 o'clock meeting, 9:30 I'll be there. So he kept his promise, and I was very happy with him. One day when I went to meeting, he was not there, and I was shocked. And 10 minutes before they start the meeting, and nothing is ready. We didn't have the keys. So somehow we got the keys. We got our stuff. When we getting ready, he ran into the meeting, and he was upset, and he didn't want to face me, and he didn't want to explain me anything, and he had a difficulty to communicate. And then I asked him, why you late? He said, I missed the bus. So I said, okay. So in Shanghai, is not really is a transportation wise. It's very sophisticated. You can go anywhere, anytime. So I asked, where did you come from? Then I realized he's coming 2.5 hours of transportation to come to our meeting, and he's passing so many clubs. Is coming to our club after that. So I asked him, why you select this club? He said, like, this is the best club, so I have to come. So and it's Sunday morning, and then I fell in love with this guy. He's a really good Toastmaster. I found he's a really good character. And then I tried to help him, and he went on from SA to club president, area director, division director, and he competed in every layer of the contest, and he became a contestant. And all the contests he competed, and he I found if you're organizing any event, even if you have a 100,000 slide, he never missed a one slide, one click. He's a so sophisticated man. And I learned one day in his company, he was asked to do a presentation, and for trainers, he became a trainer later because trainer lost the job because he did a very well than trainer. So when I heard about this, it's very interesting. And when he shared these stories, it's very interesting. And he founded a club last month, and that's one of the very interesting thing. So that's one of the best moment in my life. I found that Toastmasters through tool and an instrument to change people's life. There's one another example. There's a one girl, and we asked her to do a speech in our club anniversary. He said, no, I'm not ready to do this speech because that club anniversary is like a mini conference, and as a world champion of public speaking, second place, Huan Yue Yang was speaking in that meeting,
Yep.
and only two speeches. I don't want to do that. This is what happened. So, and then we asked her to do her life story as a speech, and then she came and complained. Whenever I try to tell this story, I'm getting in tears.
All right.
So I don't want to do this speech, she told. And then we said, like, let it get through. And tears also part of the speech. That's why it's very important. And she finally did a speech, and it was one of the fantastic speech. Everyone loved the speech. And she is like a wonderful speaker and became a very good leader. And she was the club president when we had the hardest time during the COVID. She took the club leadership at that time. She told, I will lead the club this moment because now it's difficult. And later, she she also did a one of the Greece club wanted to stop, and she joined that club, and she turned around that club into the very successful club. So Toastmasters is a really good place. People, the leadership skills and communication skills helps you to become a better people and contribute to the community. And these are my best moments in Toastmasters.
Ooh, you said a lot about those best moments. My goodness, especially with the stories, and I tell you, you really know you got, really know you told good stories about Toastmasters. Anytime I do this, like, yes, this is what this is all about. This is the organization, and this is truly a wise investment. Now, Vikram, let's say that you met a new Toastmaster today, and this new Toastmaster is seeing what you're doing within Toastmasters and how you're serving the community, and they are inspired and amazed by you. And they basically tell you, Vikram, you inspire me, you amaze me, and I'm very impressed with what the service that you're doing with this organization. And I want to be just like you. I want to be at the same levels that you're at right now. If someone were to tell you that, what advice would you give that person?
That's a fantastic question. So I think one of the very important thing is what I believe is first you have to convince yourself whatever you do. This is workable. This is based on Toastmaster values. So one of the exercise I do, I try to explain everything in Toastmasters based on Toastmaster values and MOT. So how can I think these are the softwares of the organization.
Yeah.
These softwares are very important to run this organization. Manuals, all the pathways is a hardware of the organization. Leadership roles are hardwares of the organization. These softwares are very important. So I always ask them, can you check how can you get this into Toastmaster value? Explain through these values. If you are doing this action, explain through value. How values is important to this small thing. And that is what I always ask. And you do this within the value and with the Toastmasters. So that's the one of the my and then I ask you to convince yourself before convince others. So
Mhm.
that's the way you can do it. And then when you all have that, you can get mentors. Anywhere you trusted mentor who can tell you truth, you're doing right or wrong. This is a fascinating thing I learned from Toastmasters. When you ask mentors, they have a mirror image what you wear or what you do, right or wrong. They can tell. Get some mentors around. Mentors doesn't need to be the really people who progress or people who achieve a lot. The most importantly, people who can tell you truth. They are the mentors. So sometimes they are around you. And then I I then if you I think then 50% you have the project done. The last thing is you need to do, you need to find a one or two companions to go with your jet journey. And that will come. So and then these three steps convince, compare, and then you can have a really good project and you will never fail. This is what I can say.
Great advice to definitely tell that young Toastmaster who wants to step in your shoes and actually make their own trails as well. Now, people are probably watching this episode. They want to join Toastmasters. They want to be a part of Toastmasters. How can more people know more about this organization? Where could they go?
Ah, the best place is Toastmaster. I think 90% of the Toastmasters join. Someone told them to join this kind of organization. So if if you want to join this organization, the best thing is go to one meeting. One meeting. It can be anywhere. Just go to one meeting, and your life will be changed. This is what happened. And next thing, if you want to do, participate, get involved. Don't get in the back seat. Get involved and talk to them. This is where you can always you can see yourself in a different way. Toastmasters is a very interesting organization, and I think even if you spend one day in Toastmasters, that is really important. Today I just came from one of my club meeting and they had a contest, and the contest winner is 83 years old.
Ooh.
Humorous contest winner. His contest speech, every line was a very deep laughter. And I really love the speech. And that is his first contest win.
The first
That
win?
is first win after 40 years of Toastmasters journey. He said, this
Woo!
is the first time I win humorous speech contest.
Wow. 40,
That is,
40 years, you say?
yeah, 40 years of Toastmasters.
Wow. That is just truly remarkable. My goodness.
Yeah.
Now, well, right now. I'm just blown away. 40 years in the first contest win. That is it goes now. That just reminds me alone, Vikram, is when I became division when I was elected division governor back then. They were called division governors back in '08.
Yeah.
There was a past international director and accredited speaker. The voice of Toastmasters, Don Inch, once said, "Stay the course, never quit. For quitting is
Yeah.
worse than failing." And that example of 40 years and then that one win, that's truly staying the course. I can tell you right there. Now, I tell you that is truly remarkable. Now, now this portion of the podcast episode of podcast is the shout out portion. It gives you an opportunity to give a shout out to all those people that made your journey possible. If you would like to give a shout out to the people that made your journey possible, who would you like to give a shout out to?
Yeah, I think there are so many people help me in without considering. Um, when I was in China, they went and out of the way and helped me a lot. But when it comes to Toastmasters, I had a lot of mentors. Dilip, Abesuria, my
Yes,
mentor Janet Young, and my another mentor David Marks, and I have mentors like Balraj Arunasalam. I ask them questions, and there are so many mentors. I go and Kenny Kawasaki, so Japan in Toastmasters. There's so many mentors, and I really thank them. But I want to thank very special people. They're my mentees. Who some of them are who came to mentees as my life. They changed me. They started teaching me something different than others. So I had a mentee called Demi Hu, and she actually taught me a lot about the some of the things and personalities, behaviors, cultures, and really remarkable of the mentee I had, and she shared me a lot of interesting things. And whenever she had a speech, she shared the script with me. From her script, I learned a lot. I just shared with her techniques or some of the things to adjust, but from that I learned. And
right.
they are open to share their personal content with someone else, and then get that then that get help for them, and I got a lot of help as well. And I also sometimes I'm crazy. I go like Jesse, you, and other Toastmasters international directors, and I ask, come to my program and join and contestant and tell us what your journey and teach us something like that. I really want to thank every one of them. So everyone who joined this my journey and supported me contribute a lot to me. I really thank everybody else who join this kind of program. Maybe one session, but it's a meaning to me a lot.
All right. Thank you very much. And we have one more question. Before they go into that question, if you are interested in Toastmasters, go to www.toastmasters.org. And when you go to that website, click Find a Club, and you'll be able to find a club in wherever you are, whether it's in the United States, whether in Australia, whether it's in China, whether it's in Europe, whether it's in Africa, anywhere part of the globe. Just go to www.toastmasters.org and click Find a Club, and you get a chance to find a club near you. Now, the last question I do have for you is the following, and this is addressed to the people that watch this podcast, the people that subscribe to this podcast, and they are the fans that I do have, and they are called the happy people. And in each episode I've had for the Sunday Morning Chat series, they are amazed and enthralled by the words of wisdoms that are given to them. So if you have a chance to give words of wisdom to my people, my watchers, and my crew, the happy people, what would you give?
Thank you. So I always believe that compete with yourself. So this is what I learned. Most importantly, when I was doing a competitive sports um, in my university, my coach told me, learn how to beat yourself. That is exactly the same thing. So Toastmasters, if you come to Toastmasters or if you're doing anything in your any, or let's say if you're public speaking, you're doing a speech, think about how can you improve better than yesterday. Find a better version than yesterday. The same time, if you're doing a leadership role, area director, division director, or any other role, stay connect with your team members. If you go higher, your team is bigger. That's one of the things Toastmasters all everybody has to know. If you're a district director, you have a whole district is around you. You have to serve whole district.
Mm-hmm.
And this is one of the very important thing. Always try to beat yourself, bring your better version. If you're a leader, when you talk to them, you find a better way to talk than yesterday, better way to lead than yesterday. That is where you can improve. And I think that there are so many people do that every day improving. And this is when you do that, you will be seeing amazing thing. And it is very simple to practice in your life.
All right, and that is a perfect bookend to a wonderful episode of the Sunday Morning Chat Series with Jesse Oakley III. And Wikum, I appreciate you for being here on this episode of the Sunday Morning Chat Series. Thank you, Wikum.
Thank you very much for having me. It's a great pleasure.
All right, and this concludes this episode of the Sunday Morning Chat Series. For more information, please go to prconnectionsradio.com. But wait, there's more. You can actually go to YouTube and type up PR Connections, where you get to check out this episode of the Sunday Morning Chat Series, as well as other podcasts underneath the PR Connections brand. But wait, there's also more too. If you want some past episodes of the Sunday Morning Chat Series, we have a YouTube channel for that. Just type up Sunday Morning Chat Series on YouTube. Go over there, click like, click subscribe, and check out the interviews that I've done on the Sunday Morning Chat Series from 2020, 2021, 2024, and right here in 2025. We have some amazing people that have done the episodes, and you can learn a lot, and there are positive people that are making big difference in their community. And this concludes this episode of the Sunday Morning Chat Series. Be sure to stay tuned for our next episode, Sunday mornings at 9 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. On behalf of Wikum and myself, I wish all of you happy people a wonderful day. And until next time, you take care of yourselves and have a good day. Bye.
PR Connections Radio thanks you for watching this podcast. Check out more episodes of this show and our others at prconnectionsradio.com.